If you're new to selling on Amazon, this video will show you exactly how to get started by creating your own private label brand. Unlike other business models, this is where you take a generic product and place your own brand on it.
It's actually super easy to get started because you can run your entire business from home. But if you want to be successful, there are 5 things you need to know.
These are how to choose your product, your fulfillment method,
your supplier,
Your business structure.
and your launch strategy.
Using these same steps, we've created our own private label brand and launched 4 products on Amazon.
In just the past year, these products have combined for over $250,000 in sales.
The best part is we were able to do all of this on the side of our full-time jobs here at Jungle Scout. So trust us when we say this process works. If we can do it, you can too.
Now, starting with step number 1. Here's how to find the best product to sell.
By far the most critical step in this video is finding a good product. That's because the product that you choose to sell will ultimately become the foundation that holds up your entire business. This is why it's very important to make sure your decisions are based on data, not just opinions. So while you can try doing product research yourself, it's well worth the investment just to rely on a tool that helps generate good product ideas in seconds. With a tool like Jungle Scout, you can use real-time sales data and advanced filters to discover products that are profitable, in high demand, and have low competition. These right here are the 3 main qualities that make a good product. So how exactly do you find these types of products? Let's first start with high demand. This is the key component of any good product idea. You just need to figure out what products shoppers are already coming to Amazon to purchase. For this, look for products that are selling over 300 units per month, which equals about 10 sales per day. As well, you want to confirm that the product's category is also in high demand. To do this, go to any listing and copy the main keyword. Then run a search for it on Amazon. Using the Jungle Scout extension, confirm that the top 10 products also get an average of 300 monthly sales or more. Simply just add the top 10 products' monthly sales, and as long as that equals above 3,000, you've found yourself both a high demand product and category. Now, while you want your product to have high demand, at the same time, you also want it to have low competition. On Amazon, competition is fierce, so try not to jump into categories with tons of big and already established sellers. To find low competition products, one great way is to look at the number of product ratings. We like to look at ratings because let's say a product has less than 100 ratings, but it still sells over 300 units per month. That would be a very strong indicator that a new product, like yours, could come in and compete against them. So try to look for products that have a maximum of 100 ratings. Next, just like we did with demand, make sure to confirm that the product's category also has low competition. Using the extension, you can do this by confirming that the top 10 products have an average of 500 ratings or less. And even more ideally, 4 to 5 of these listings would have less than 100 ratings each. If you see this, then you've got yourself both a low competition product and category. Now, because the ultimate goal is to make money, your product will also need to have a healthy profit margin. To be profitable, a general rule of thumb is to try and sell products between $20 to $70. That's because when you factor in the costs of selling on Amazon, there's usually not enough room to make a good profit on products below $20. On the other hand, it's a whole lot harder trying to convince shoppers to buy products above $70-ish from a brand that they're not already familiar with. Plus, the cost of manufacturing your product will typically be much lower when priced within this range. Now, speaking of costs, to help figure out the profitability of any product, consider the 2 main costs that will affect your profit margin. These are your landed costs and your Amazon fees. On a per unit basis, your landed costs refer to the price of manufacturing your product and having it shipped into Amazon. This can also include any extra costs such as packaging, inspection fees, or even the customs duties or taxes that apply with overseas shipping. Now, the other cost mentioned is Amazon's fees, and there are a few different ones that you need to know about. First, you've got the monthly Seller Central fee. This is the online platform that you'll be using to manage every aspect of your business, such as listing your inventory, viewing sales, and setting up advertising campaigns. We'll talk more about this later on when it comes to setting up your account, but for now, just know that you'll be able to choose between an individual or a professional account. This next fee is called a referral fee. This is what Amazon charges every time you sell a product. It's based on the percentage of your selling price, and usually this is about 15%. Now, these next couple of fees will only apply if you're using Fulfilled by Amazon. In a moment, we'll talk more about the pros and cons of FBA, but for now, the biggest cost to be aware of is the FBA fulfillment fee. Basically, whenever a customer buys your product, this is the per unit cost for Amazon to pick, pack, and ship out the order. However, this amount will vary based on two factors: the weight and dimensions of your product and the country that you're selling it in. The last major fee that you'll have is your inventory storage fees. This is what Amazon charges each month for the space that it takes up to store your inventory. And just like the last fee, this amount will also vary based on the size of your product. However, unlike the other fees, this will also vary based on the time of year. As you can see here, fees increase nearly 200% during the peak shopping season from October to December. Now that you know the two main costs that affect your profit margin, the best way to gauge profitability is to calculate your return on investment. The goal is to aim for at least 100% ROI, which basically means that for every dollar that you spend, you get $2 back. Here's a great way of remembering this. Consider the rule of thirds. 1/3 goes towards Amazon fees, 1/3 goes towards your landed cost, and the other third goes back to you. To calculate the ROI of any product on Amazon, simply pull up the Jungle Scout extension and click on the net column. This will bring up the FBA profit calculator. Then, once you enter in an estimated product cost, you'll now be able to see this product's ROI percentage. And directly under that, this would be your profit per unit in dollars. Hey, real quick, if you're getting any value from this video, please let us know by hitting that like button down below. Also, drop a comment if you have any questions that we can help answer. All right, back to the video. All right, moving on to step number 2, your fulfillment method. So, which one is right for you? Do you choose FBA or FBM? With FBA, you can store your products in Amazon's fulfillment centers and have them pick, pack, ship, and provide customer service for your products. So because you don't even have to touch your inventory, this makes it so much easier for anyone to get started selling on Amazon.
Now with FBM, this is where you manage all storage, shipping, and customer support yourself or through a third-party fulfillment center. Although it is a much more hands-on approach, this makes it easier for you to have more control over your inventory. Generally, FBM is the better choice if you're able to store your own inventory for free in your home. Or alternatively, you could even find a company that offers lower storage prices compared to Amazon. And usually, this will be true especially if you're selling oversized products that are large and heavy. Also, FBM is better if you want to store an unlimited amount of inventory. That's because unlike FBA, you won't be restricted by Amazon's inventory limits. This makes it so much easier to consistently keep your products in stock all throughout the year. Plus, because you can purchase in larger quantities, you should be able to get the best possible price from your supplier. One more advantage of FBM is that you have much more control over your product's packaging. Because unlike FBA, you can send orders in your own custom branded boxes. Not only will this help you stand out from your competitors, but it would also help you create a better brand experience with your customers.
All right. Now, while all of that is true, on the other hand, FBA is the better option if you have a day job and therefore you just don't have the time or space to store and ship your products. Plus with FBA, you don't have to worry about providing customer service since Amazon handles all that for you. By letting Amazon do all of the heavy lifting, you can now spend more of your time on what matters most: growing sales. Next, FBA can also be better if you're selling standard products that are small and lightweight. That's because these products typically have much cheaper fees when compared to oversized products. And thirdly, unlike FBM, your products will automatically be eligible for Prime benefits, such as free 1- and 2-day shipping. Plus, your listings will also be able to show off the Prime badge that most shoppers are looking for.
Now, if you'd like to see a full list of all the pros and cons between us, we actually made a great video that you can watch up here and also with the link down in the description. Also, hey, let us know in the comments whether you're team FBA or FBM. Moving on to step 3, your supplier. Once you found a few product ideas, the next step is to search for suppliers and start collecting quotes. Right now, the best way of doing this is by using Alibaba.com. Alibaba is basically just like Amazon, but instead of searching for products, you can search for and contact suppliers from all around the world. Once you click on a product, you can begin estimating your per unit product cost. And usually, this will depend on how many units you can buy. Down below, you'll see the estimated lead time. This is how long it takes the supplier to manufacture and ship out your order. To the right, you can see important information about this supplier, including their location, number of years in business, their response time, certificates, and a whole bunch of other helpful information. Over here, this is where you would begin the process of requesting a product sample. But just a quick heads up on this. Because it's most likely coming from an overseas supplier, it's pretty typical to pay anywhere from $50 to $150 just for a single sample. That's why before you go buying a whole bunch of samples, it's wise to first reach out and contact the supplier. By sending an initial contact email, this will give you the necessary information about whether or not they can make a high quality product. But also, this will give you the chance to judge their level of communication. This is very important because you want to work with someone that can speak your native language, is responsive, and answers all of your questions. Now, don't worry, we've actually made a free email template that you can use to contact suppliers. So go ahead and check that out. We'll put a link to it down in the description. And hey, while you're down there, if you learned anything new so far, we'd really appreciate it if you smash the like button.
On to step 4, your business structure. Once you've chosen a good supplier, the next step is to come up with your own private label brand name. To start, I'd recommend using a name that's both simple and generic. That way, in the future, you can sell a variety of products under that same brand. So unless you want to build a business name that's around a particular market, try going with something more broad, like the Eva Depot or Eva Zone. I know it's not the greatest example, but you get the idea, right? Now, when it comes to structuring your business, it's best to set up a separate legal entity. For this type of business, the most common one is called an LLC. However, while an LLC isn't a requirement, there are a few big advantages of having one. First, they're not that expensive, and as long as you can use a company like LegalZoom, the entire process is pretty straightforward. Second, an LLC helps you to create separation between yourself and your business. This will help shield you from any potential liabilities and protect your personal assets. Lastly, you'll be able to set up a separate bank account and a credit card for your business. And trust me, this really comes in handy during tax season. Next, you'll need to set up your Seller Central account. This is the headquarters for running your entire Amazon business. Here you have 2 options. You can choose either an individual or a professional account. If you're serious about your business, I'd strongly recommend going with the professional account. But real quick, here's a brief comparison. The individual account is free. However, Amazon will charge you 99 cents per sale. Also, not every category will be available for you to sell in. You also won't be able to access certain features such as advertising. Now with a professional account, this will cost you $40 a month, but you're free to sell in any category, access advertising features, and enroll your products in brand registry. Brand registry is awesome because with it, you can upload product videos, add additional images to the bottom of your listing, and you can even create an attractive storefront for all of your products. But in order to sign up, you do need to have a registered trademark, which can often take up to a full year to get approved. However, you can speed up this process by taking advantage of a program called the Amazon IP Accelerator. Rather than waiting until your final registration is approved, by using this program, you'll be approved for brand registry once you've applied for the trademark. So if you'd like to learn more about brand registry, we'll put a video for you up here and also down in the description. Also, make sure you've subscribed to the channel because we have a ton of new videos coming out that you won't want to miss.
Step 5, your launch strategy. Now, this is where it gets really fun. Once you've gone ahead and set up both your business and Seller Central account, you can now put your product in front of over 200 million shoppers that visit Amazon each month. For a successful product launch, the first thing you'll want to do is take high quality product images. When shoppers compare different products on Amazon, your main image will be the very first interaction they have with your product. That's why it's incredibly important to make a very good first impression. My best piece of advice is to just put the iPhone away and use a professional camera. Now, if you'd like to see firsthand how we took images for our products, check out this video up here or also down in the description. The next step is to create your listing. You want to fill in your title, bullet points, and product description. But to help make sure you're using the best keywords that shoppers are actually searching for, use a tool like Keyword Scout to help you discover the high volume keywords. There are two ways you can do this. First, you can enter a keyword that you think is relevant, and by clicking search, this will give you a full list of similar keywords. The second way is to enter up to 10 of your competitors' products to see all the high volume keywords that they're ranking for. Whichever way you do this, you can easily save the entire list of keywords so that you can begin adding them into your listing. If you'd like to see a complete tutorial of how to fully optimize your listing, we'll put a video for you down in the description. After you've built and fully optimized your listing, you can start promoting your product launch by setting up coupons and discounts. Because coupons appear in bright green within search results, running them is a super effective way to draw more eyes to your listing. Another great way to get out in front of more shoppers is by creating your first advertising campaigns. Running ads on Amazon will help you cut the line and appear at the very top of search results. They can also show up on your competitors' product pages, where shoppers often look for alternative options. These ads are super powerful in helping you get those first initial sales. But also keep in mind, this video is a much shorter version of our complete step-by-step tutorial that dives way deeper. In that video, you'll learn exactly how to launch and scale your private label business. So make sure you watch this next video to learn everything you need to know about selling on Amazon.